All right, so this is Mount Carmel where Elijah the prophet pretty much made the match between all of Jezebel's prophets, which people focus on the number of people saying one thing versus the one representative that puts the truth and put it straight. And this is the same area where we know that the decision was made between who was doing what, such as Mithraism, and who was doing the real deal, such as the law. He was telling them. He said in the last days he would part of the spirit, like the spirit of Elijah, meaning someone's going to go against the grain and tell people keep the law and keep the instructions. This is the same spot. Over to my right, you have the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which means where Jehovah will judge. But a lot of people don't realize that it's Jehovah that's coming back. That was his name in the Old Testament. He said he came in the Father's name in John 5:43. So it's Jesus that's going to come back, who in the Old Testament they refer to as Jehovah. But because they don't understand the difference between the names and that he took on his Father's name, they don't realize who it is coming back to judge and make rule, like it says in Revelation 19. And they also believe that he went up to the third heaven, but Jesus said in John 3:13 that no man has ascended up to heaven. What heaven is he talking about? He's talking about the third heaven. Paul spoke about that in 2 Corinthians. The third heaven where Jesus sat, because there's three heavens. The first meaning the earth, the second meaning the atmosphere and outer space, and the third, which compasses beyond the waters that separates the heavens above the heavens, and there's a water that separates it. So when Jehovah comes back, which we know is Jesus the Christ, he's going to split the waters in the sky, and they're going to recognize that God by being the same one that split the waters in the Exodus. And when that happens, they said that Israel will then be regathered, and they shall no longer speak about the Exodus from the Old Testament. So if we're still talking about the Exodus from the Old Testament, then Israel has not been regathered yet.